Have you ever been on a big global tech project and gotten that weird feeling like you're seeing the same movie over and over? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on this hidden pattern that shows up in a ton of successful international teams. And trust me, the secret behind why it works is probably not what you're thinking. It starts as this nagging feeling of déjà vu. The first project, it feels new. The second, maybe a coincidence. But by the time you're on your fifth one, the pattern is just undeniable. You see the same roles, the same dynamics. In this one constant feature, there is always a China team. It happens so often, you just know, okay, this can't be an accident. And that right there, that's our big question for today. Is this whole team structure just some kind of happy accident? Or is it a deliberate, maybe even secret formula for success? To figure this out, we've got to break these teams down and see what's really going on under the hood. All right, to crack this case, we need to really look at the two key players in this whole setup. On one side, you've got what we're going to call the Japan team, and on the other, the China team. And as you're about to see, on the surface, they are like night and day. So just look at this breakdown. The Japan team, they split the manager and the star performer, or ace, into two separate roles. They're all about complexity and quality, taking a slow, very deliberate pace. The China team is the total opposite. They merge those roles into one Superman who just leads the charge on speed and sheer volume of output. It's kind of like the classic tortoise and the hare, right? Now, as we start digging into how these two really work, if you're enjoying this so far, take a quick second to subscribe and hit that like button so you don't miss out on more insights like this. Squintum film? Da! Okay, so the Japan team is built for depth. You've got this really seasoned manager guiding a brilliant ace performer, and their whole job is to tackle the gnarliest, most complex parts of the project. We're talking about the functions that need deep business knowledge, crazy detailed specifications, and all those tricky what-if scenarios. Think of them as master craftspeople, incredibly meticulous and thorough, but yeah, they're slow-moving by design. Now, the China team, they build a totally different kind of momentum. Everything, and I mean everything, revolves around that one Superman figure who's both the top performer and the manager. This person is the absolute key, acting as the communication bridge back to the Japan team, and they lead this group of super energetic young members who just pump out an insane amount of work at an incredible speed. Their focus isn't on complexity, it's pure, non-stop, forward progress on all the high-volume stuff. So we've got two completely different teams, right? One is slow and deep, the other is fast and wide. And for a while, they kind of operate in their own lanes. But then, something happens. A critical moment that changes the entire dynamic of the project, and honestly, unleashes its true power. This is it, the turning point, the great knowledge transfer. At the start, all that deep, complicated business logic lives with the Japan team. But as things move along, that Superman from the China team starts to soak it all up. And this is the magic moment. It's like a video game power-up. Once you combine the China team's raw speed with the Japan team's deep knowledge, the whole project's velocity just explodes. Okay, so now we can finally see the whole picture. What looked like a clash of styles or maybe just a random way to split up the work is actually something way more elegant and way more intentional. We're ready for the big reveal. And here it is. They were never supposed to be the same. The Japan and China teams aren't competing with each other. They're two perfectly designed halves of a single, high-performance engine. Each one is built to do exactly what the other can't. This table just lays it out so perfectly. The Japan team is the engine of quality, nailing all the complex functions. The China team is the engine of speed, just blasting through all the high-volume tasks. See? Neither one could do it all alone. But when you put them together, you get a system that maximizes both quality and speed. And hey, if this idea is really clicking for you, letting us know with a like really helps us make more explainers like this one. Click, thumb, perfect. Now, let's zoom out and look at the real takeaway here. What we've uncovered isn't just some clever project management hack. This pattern reveals a really profound strategic principle about how to build amazingly successful global organizations. This isn't an accident at all. It is success by design. What we're really seeing here is a perfect, real-world example of the division of labor. This isn't random. It's what happens when a really smart organization learns from its own experience and just naturally finds the most efficient way to get work done. Leaders aren't just letting this happen. They're actively designing it. They're consciously giving the right tasks to the right teams to get the absolute best of both worlds, that deep knowledge and that incredible speed. And that brings us to the ultimate lesson here. The goal isn't to make everyone the same, to try and standardize your teams and erase what makes them unique. The real key to unlocking massive success in global projects is to understand those unique strengths and then design a system that leverages them to their absolute fullest. So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. In your own work, where are you accidentally forcing everyone into the same box? And what kind of incredible results could you unlock if you stopped trying to standardize everyone's differences and started designing a system to leverage each team's unique superpowers? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.